Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradhari. Yashodhanandana Bhajarana Ranjana. Yashodhanandana Bhajarana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradhari. Yashodhanandana Bhajarana Ranjana. Yashodhanandana Bhajarana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. एक धर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नस्तप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तेर्भवति नैष्टिके। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 30, The Activities of Pracheta. Text 35. यत्रेन्द्यान्ते कथामृतस्
यत्रेद्यन्ते कथामृष्टास्
तृष्णाय प्रशमो यतः
तृष्णाय प्रशमो यतः
निर्वैरं यत्र भूतेषु
निर्वैरं यत्र भूतेषु
नोद्वेगा यत्र कश्चन
नोद्वेगो यत्र कश्चन
यत्रेद्यन्ते कथामृतस्
यत्रेद्यन्ते कथामृष्टास्
तृष्णाय प्रशमो यतः
तृष्णाय प्रशमो यतः
निर्वैर्यं यत्र भूतेषु
निर्वैरं यत्र भूतेषु
नोद्वेगो यत्र कश्चन
नोद्वेगो यत्र कश्चन
यत्रेद्यन्ते कथामृत्यस्
यत्रेड्यन्ते कथामृष्टास्
तृष्णाय प्रशमो यतः
कृष्णाय प्रशमो यतः
निर्वैरं यत्र भूतेषु
निर्वैरं यत्र भूतेषु
नोद्वेगो यत्र कश्चन
नोद्वेगो यत्र कश्चन
यत्रेद्यन्ते कथामृत्यस् तृष्णाय प्रशमो यतः निर्वैरं यत्र भूतेषु नोद्वेगो यत्र कश्चन
यत्रेड्यन्ते कथामृष्टास्
यत्रेद्यन्ते कथामृश्च
कृष्णाय प्रशमो यतः
तृष्णाय प्रशमो यतः
निर्वैरं यत्र भूतेषु
निर्वैर्यं यत्र भूतेषु
नोद्वेगो यत्र कश्चन
नोद्वेगो यत्र कश्चन यत्रेद्यन्ते कथामृत्यस् तृष्णाय प्रशमो यतः निर्वैरं यत्र भूतेषु नोद्वेगो यत्र कश्चन Word to word meaning yatra where idyante or worshipped or discussed
are worshipped or discussed
kathaah words mrishtaah
Mrishtaah
pure trishnayah of material hankerings
of material hankerings
prashamah satisfaction yatah by which nirvairam non-enviousness yatra where bhuteshu among living entities na not udvegah fear yatra where kaschana any. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Whenever pure topics of the transcendental world are discussed, the members of the audience forget all kinds of material hankerings, at least for the time being. Not only that, but they are no longer envious of one another, nor do they suffer from anxiety or fear. Purport. Vaikuntha means without anxiety, and the material world means full of anxiety. As stated by Prahlad Maharaj, Sada samudvigna diyam asadgrahat, the living entities who have accepted this material world as their residence are full of anxiety. A place immediately becomes Vaikuntha whenever the holy names of the personality of Godhead are discussed by pure devotees. This is the process of Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu, chanting and hearing about the Supreme Lord Vishnu. As the Supreme Lord Himself confirms, Naham tisthami vaikunte yoginam hrudayeshu va tatra tisthami narada yatra gayanti madbhakta. My dear Narada, actually I do not reside in my abode Vaikuntha, nor do I reside within the hearts of the yogis, but I reside in that place where my pure devotees chant my holy name and discuss my form, pastime, and qualities. Because of the presence of the Lord in the form of the transcendental vibration, the Vaikuntha atmosphere is invoked. This atmosphere is without fear and anxiety. One living entity does not fear another. By hearing the holy names and glories of the Lord, a person executes pious activities. Shunvatam swakatah Krishna punyashravana kirtanah. Bhagavatam 1.2.17. Thus, his material hankering immediately stopped. This Sankirtana movement, started by the Society for Krishna Consciousness, is meant for creating Vaikuntha, the transcendental world that is without anxiety even in this material world. The method is the propagation of the Shravanam Kirtanam process throughout the world. In the material world, everyone is envious of his fellow men. Animalistic envy exists in human society as long as there is no performance of Sankirtana, the chanting of the holy names Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. The Prachetas therefore decided to remain always in the society of devotees, and they considered that by the highest benediction possible in human life. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamavyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijanasahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitanscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratishaye Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhrischa Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukham karoti vachalam pangam langayate girim yat kripatamaham bande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Translation once again. Whenever pure topics of the transcendental world are discussed, the members of the audience forget all kinds of material hankerings, at least for the time being. Not only that, but they are no longer envious of one another, nor do they suffer from the anxiety of fear. So we are reading the chapter Activities of Prachetas, and we are at the almost last sections, and we have seen when Lord was there present, pleased by the severe austerity of Prachetas, And Pracheta's Lord asked them to ask for benediction. So then they started glorifying the Lord's form, qualities, and everything. Then they started asking the benediction from the Lord. As we have discussed in the previous slokas, they started asking which is benedictions which are unlimited. Because Lord is Ananta, who can give the unlimited benedictions. So they were started asking unlimited benedictions. So but they asked one benediction which is unlimited. They are intelligent. They didn't ask for any material or any other temporary benedictions. They asked for the benediction which is unlimited. That's what in a few slokas, previous 1-2 slokas and today's sloka also talks about it. So their benediction was to get the association of devotees, to be always there in the association of devotees. That was their benediction. Because Lord is unlimited, and however alone we may not able to understand the Lord who is unlimited. So to understand that unlimitedness of the Lord, we should be there with the pure devotees. By their mercy, we may able to understand it. And the advantage of staying with the devotees is all the time, 24/7, we will be hearing about the Lord, meditating about the Lord, serving, thinking about the Lord always. That is the benefit of being with the devotees, pure devotees. That's what, as we have also heard in many pastimes of like Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, and Vritrasra also, and like that many great devotees, they always prayed this. And even in the Prachetas also, nothing different. They are not asking anything different. Same thing they are asking. That they don't want anything else but only the association of devotees. They are ready to go to anywhere. Even they are ready to happy go to the hellish planets also. But Swarga, Apavarga, Tulyeshu, like they don't differentiate where they are. But they hankers to be there with the devotees association. That's what in the Prabhupada purport he clearly says. Vaikuntha means without anxiety, and the material world means full of anxiety. Why Vaikuntha is called Vaikuntha, no Kuntha? Because Prabhupada itself says here in the purport, the place where the glories, pastimes, and activities of the Lord is being discussed and glorified, that place is called Vaikuntha. So here Lord himself says to Narada Muni that Naham Tisthami Vaikunte, I am not there in the Vaikuntha. Yoginam Hrudayeshuva, and also I am not there in the hearts of yogis. But where am I? He says, Tatra Tisthami Narada, I am there where Yatra Gayanti Mad Bhakta. Wherever my devotees are glorifying my pastimes, activities, form, and etc. There I am there. Lord himself declares this. This has been quoted from Padma Purana. So Prabhupada says here, because of the presence of the Lord in the form of the transcendental vibration, sound vibration, the Vaikuntha atmosphere is invoked. We all know Lord is transcendental, and whatever related to the Lord is also transcendental. Few classes we have discussed, the paraphernalia of the Lord is also transcendental. So we should respect the paraphernalia of the Lord as equal to the Lord. We may not disrespect paraphernalia of the Lord also, especially whatever is being used. In that case, we can see pure devotees, they always relate everything with the Lord. So only they respect each and everything. We say all Lord is present everywhere. and Lord is omniscient, omnipresent. So everything belongs to Him. So He is there in every place. So there is a connection. So pure devotees, they relate, they know this connection and they respect each and everything. They don't disrespect. So that is what the advantage, like, when we are there with the pure devotees, we can come to see. We may heard, like, we heard, like, we have to respect these things and paraphernalia of the Lord, everything, but we don't know practically, we didn't see in that. When we are there with the pure devotees, we will get that advantage, how to behave, how to respect and things like that. So that is the greatest advantage what we can get from the devotees. That's what Prajitas were saying, hankering for this. And we should also know, Lord is present everywhere. So this place of the Lord is also, Dham is also there everywhere. So, but whenever the pure devotees, they chant the holy names of the Lord, so that place, that sound vibration, as Prabhupada said, that transcendental sound vibration invokes that atmosphere. Even though we are there in this material world, but that is not the material world, because that place is empowered by the transcendental vibration, sound vibrations of the Lord. So that is no more the material world or material place. That is called Vaikunta. And there is no anxiety, obviously. People are very much anxious, having a lot of anxieties in their lives. Even though they are running behind, happiness, searching for it, but still they are very much what we call distressed or anxious, and they are not happy at all. Even though they may be earning so much money, having a lot of luxuries, life and all, but still they are very distressed all the time. They are not very happy. Externally they are not able to enjoy the material things what they earn, and internally they are not happy inside. So this clearly says that these material things may not give you any kind of happiness. People are just running behind it madly, but that is what we call useless labor. But if you see, whenever if here Prabhupada clearly says that Vaikunta is without anxiety, and this material world is full of anxiety, as Krishna also says, Dukkhalayam Ashasvatam. To come out of this anxiety, when I met one person, he was saying he is very anxiety, he has a lot of tensions, unnecessary tensions, and they keep on thinking something, what will happen. Nothing will happen, but still they have this tendency to think, so they will be keep on thinking and they themselves put themselves into the anxiety. So he was asking, I said these Gita classes and so many classes sessions we are conducting, that will help you. He said initially that I am very interested, I want to come out of this anxiety. Then at the time of sessions, when we call them, they said I am caught up with this, I am caught up with that, I am busy, but they don't have time to come out of. They don't want even to try it. They don't want to come and practice it and then experience it. They don't do all this. But they are so much engaged or completely involved in these material activities that they are not able to take out time for their own self. But when we are practicing Krishna consciousness, even though it says pure chanting without any offense may take out all your anxieties and sins. So when we are practicing Krishna consciousness, we can see the life before how we are and now how it is. So how we are happy now. Before we are not like that. Our intention is different. self-centered all the time. But when we become Krishna conscious, we know that what is my relation with the Lord, and I'm a servant. I should serve. I should serve the devotees. I should serve Guru, Krishna, and that way they are very happy. And Prabhupada in one lecture I heard how to create this Vaikuntha atmosphere. Prabhupada here says we should chant wherever the Lord is present, that is Vaikuntha. So how to make the Lord to be present? So in Kali Yuga it is easy process that wherever you chant, whenever you chant the Lord names without any offenses, Lord will be present there. Even in Shishtastakam, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says Lord has empowered. There are so many names of the Lord which are equivalent to the Lord. They are non-different from the Lord. Govinda, Krishna, these names are non-different from the Lord. So by chanting these names, we can make the environment Vaikuntha. But for that, it's not that easy to approach a Lord with our sinful tendencies. For that, we should be pure. Without our pure thoughts, without our pure actions, we may not able to approach the Lord. Having lot of sins, I commit so many sinful activities and I want to approach the Lord, I want to see the Lord. No, it doesn't happen. For that, what we have to do? First, we have to purify our heart, purify our sinful tendencies. We should come out of these sinful tendencies. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a sloka which talks about this. First canto, 17th chapter, I think. It talks about 4 sinful activities. When Parikshit Maharaj was chasing the Kali, and he says that Striya, Shuna, Pana, Dhyutam, Yatra, Papas, Chaturvidaha. These are 4 kinds of sinful tendencies or sinful activities. And so these are the places where a Papa Purusha Kali can stay, that is a sin can stay. And these are 4 places where Parikshit Maharaj allowed this sin to stay. And nowadays we can see these are 4 things majorly are there in the outside. So only Prabhupada says 4 regulatory principles that you should avoid these 4 things: illicit sex, gambling, intoxication, and meat eating. These 4 things we should avoid. Then only we can purify and we can come out of these sinful activities. Otherwise, it's very difficult to approach the Lord. Prabhupada says we can make our home Vaikuntha when we chant these holy names of the Lord in the home. That home becomes Vaikuntha. But that can be done. First, we have to purify our process. We should know the right process, and we have to purify ourselves by stopping committing the sinful activities. Without committing sinful by committing sinful activities, we may not able to do it because we don't have that much power. It is said Lord pastimes, qualities, paraphernalia, and the devotees of the Lord is also as equal to the Lord, as powerful as the Lord. So devotees, pure devotees can bring the Lord and make that place Vaikuntha. Prabhupada always says this, we should follow these 4 regulatory principles and chant 16 rounds. That is must. And here also Prabhupada says this is called Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. This chanting and hearing about the Supreme Lord Vishnu. That purifies us. That purifies our existence. And even there are so many Vaishnava bhajans. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has sang that. And so many other Vaishnavas, great acharyas, they have sung this. जे देने गृहते भजना देखी गृह गृहते गोलोक bhaya. This is called Bhaktivinoda Thakur says whenever he goes to the home and when he sees his family coming together and chanting the names of the Lord in their homes, bhajan, whenever he hears, he declares that no, this place is Vaikuntha. It is not different from Vaikuntha. That's what even Prabhupada says whole family they should come together in the home at one time and they all should engage in doing Kirtan Bhajan at least for the half an hour. In that way, so the home becomes Vaikuntha. No more material anxieties are there in that home. And when we are also engaged in spiritual activities, Krishna consciousness activities, we are also free from these anxieties, material anxieties. No more material anxieties. When this happens when we are in the association of devotees. The Sankirtana movement which Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has started is very important for all of us. Sankirtana is different different ways going out and distributing books and doing coming together and doing Sankirtan or doing our own sadhana is also Sankirtan. These are all very important things for Kali Yuga. So we should do this. And Prabhupada says generally the people who are not Krishna consciousness, they have this not only the envy, animalistic envy, Prabhupada specifically says. Animalistic envy exists in the human society as long as there is no performance of Sankirtana. So only people are quarreling like animals. For small things they get agitated and they quarrel. They don't have tolerance to tolerate. That pastime which is that when Digvijay came to get a signature with whom? Rup Goswami, without argument he signed it, right? Yeah. Rup Goswami, he signed that I declare that I am being defeated by you without having started any arguments. Digvijay Pandit was very happy, thinking that so easily Rup Goswami got defeated by me. He didn't even had any conversation with me. We didn't have any debate, but he declared that I am being defeated. Why that Rup Goswami did it? Because he knows that this is useless, waste of time. Rup Goswami thought at that time why should I waste my time to show that I am potent or I am eligible to, I know so many shastras and I can defeat anyone. He said this certificate will not help me in my Krishna consciousness. What he did, wherever I want I can sign, you take it and don't waste my time, you go off. And he was doing his own bhajan. That is the devotees. They tolerate, they don't being carried away or agitate their senses, mind. They are peaceful. Sthane sthita, they are stable. They don't get agitated small things. But people outside having this kind of envy, for small things they fight. For small things. So that is the difference. Krishna consciousness will teach us this godly what we call qualities. Tolerance is also one of the great quality that will teach us. Rather agitating our mind or carried away by our mind and senses, that will, this Krishna conscious process will teach us how to control ourselves and behave. So this Sankirtana Yajna, when it is being performed, this animalistic envy can go off. There is no other way to get rid of this animalistic envy, which is deeply rooted in our heart. In Shishastakam it is said, like, Lord himself enters into the heart and he cleanses the heart. This deep rooted envy which is there, so that will be taken out, cleansed by the Lord when we do this Sankirtana process, Sankirtana Yajna, the chanting of the holy names of the Lord. So like this, Prachetas, they decided to remain always in the association of devotees. And this is the prayers which we also have to learn and pray. This is the teachings what Prachetas are giving to us. Even Narad Muni, Vrutrasura, Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, they all prayed the same. They all prayed the same. They never asked to be there all the time with the Lord in the Golok, Vrindavan or Vaikuntha planets. Because this is the reason, they know the secret. Lord is present not in Vaikuntha, he is present in the place where devotees are chanting his names. So how can we get the constant association of the Lord? Just being present with the devotees and doing this Sankirtana Yajna. Lord is also there all the time. So we get double benefit. We are there, benefited by the association of devotees, and we are benefited with the association of the Lord in the form of sound vibration. So they are intelligent. Krishna Bhakta Bada Chatur. So they don't ask, like, they want to be there in the Vaikuntha all the time, serving the Lord very closely. No. So this is the best prayers which we can also pray. And wherever we are, we should pray like, Lord, wherever we are, please give me the association of devotees. One of the acharyas, I didn't remember, he prays like, if you want, you make me even a dog, but keep me in the devotee's house, so that he can hear the holy names, kirtan, what devotees are doing. He can get some remnants, prasad, mahaprasad of the devotees. So he prayed like, I want to be a dog in the house of a devotee. You don't give me the human form also. That's okay. But please give me, that is the importance of the association of devotees. When we are there in the association of devotees, the Lord is also present there. So all the time we should remember, this is the unlimited benediction what Prachetas were asking from the unlimited God. So we should also ask this kind of benediction when we are praying to the Lord, that please always give me the association of the pure devotees of the Lord. In the further sloka also there are so many more glorifications about this Sankirtana movement, like, and the association of devotees. It's very nice to meditate and like, inculcate these kind of habits, like praying, how to pray the Lord and things like that. This Bhagavatam is teaching us by these examples, stories which are there in this Bhagavatam. So hope, like, we all will be imbibing the mood like what Prachetas were, and with that we can pray and, like, please the Lord and serve the devotees in their association, stay in the devotees association, pure devotees association, and take full advantage of it. With this, I would like to pause today's class. Any questions, comments, or corrections? I was reading, there were some quotes which Bhakti Radhamdu Swami Maharaj was sending. There are different kinds of envy. I read that quotes, you figure it out which is right for you. Envy is a state of mind in which we cannot tolerate the well-beings of others. Envy is the pain that a person feels when he or she sees the success, happiness, or progress of another person. Self-interest means envy. Self-interest means that one does not want to serve the Supreme Lord. Fundamentally, the living entities are envious because they have the enjoying spirit. To the extent the enjoyment spirit exists, envy also exists. The root of envy is envy of Krishna. And the root of envy of Krishna is the desire to enjoy independently of Krishna. So the root is this. Why we are here? Because we are envy of Krishna. Why we are envy of Krishna? We also wanted to enjoy like Krishna. Why Krishna only enjoying with this? Why only I should serve Krishna? I want to be served. So that is our envy. So only Krishna sends here to fulfill our envy. So we are here means we have that envious tendencies over the Lord, and that envious tendencies also now we are seeing, like we are also not only envious of the Lord, but we are also envious of the other living entities, because I am not happy or seeing the progress of others. I am like paraduka sukhi, not paraduka dukhi. I am paraduka sukhi. I am happy when I see someone is in distress. That is my envious tendency. But devotees are free of envious tendencies. They are like always sees like the suffering of others is his suffering. So only they take trouble to go out, preach the message of Lord. So many activities they do. Why they are like constructing? Why Prabhupada went to West in the age of 70, 69, taking all the troubles, 2 heart attacks and all, just to give this benefit to them, Krishna consciousness, which can make them to free of enviousness. When you are free of envy, definitely you are going to go back home, back to Godhead, because you don't have self-interest. You have self-centered rather than self-centered. You will be of Krishna-centered, devotee-centered. You will be like worshipping the Lord, doing all Krishna conscious activity. So we are all here. We are here means we have the sinful, like envious tendencies. So we should come out of it. So we are taken this process of Krishna consciousness. And it is said like this process is like taking bath. So when we entered into the taking bath, so definitely when we are out, we will be clear of all our dirt. We will be fresh. So this Krishna conscious activity is like that. This is the cleaning process. So some got some percentage of being cleared and yet to clear with some other percentage. So in different devotees and different levels of percentage of they have been cleansed. But sooner later they are going to be cleansed completely, because they have taken this process fully. They have faith, they have taken this process. Definitely that is been going to work. When you entered for taking bath, definitely you will not come with the same, as you entered, you will not come with the same attire. You will be like completely fresh. Similarly, when you have taken this process of Krishna consciousness, it is going to work. You should have faith. And when we come out, definitely we will be out of this envious nature. Then we are eligible to go back home, back to Godhead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So this point was very nice at the start of the class that you made. In the association of devotees, we are naturally engaged in the service of the Lord at body, mind, and words platform. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you for the session. I could take away the following points. In the association of devotees, we always get opportunities to think of the name, form, qualities, and pastimes of the Lord. You mentioned that pure devotees, they are on a different level of consciousness. They can see Krishna in everything. So we have to stay with them to see their bhakti in action. So in association of pure devotees, we see bhakti in action. And when we stay with such people, over a period of time, we try to follow in their footsteps. You mentioned that after coming to Krishna consciousness, the intentions of a person changes. So that is one of the best thing which happens to a devotee. They should be very serious and without duplicity in the process of Krishna consciousness. You mentioned that animalistic envy can go away by doing Sankirtan, which means one has to come together, stay together, work together. One has to learn how to pray by listening to the prayers of the Mahajans mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. Pure devotees are paradukha dukhi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, very nice points. One is that we have to purify our heart to approach the Lord. And then devotees should be tolerant, just like you gave the example of Rup Goswami and Digvijay Pandit. Devotees should not get very much agitated, and they should not be they should not have the tendency to prove themselves. And this, as you mentioned, animalistic envy can be removed by the Sankirtan Yagya. And most important, like you highlighted the importance of association of pure devotees. So this read, like Kapil Muni also says in that devotee samvat satam prasangat mam virya samvido. So in the association of pure devotees, when we discuss the Krishna Katha, so it becomes pleasing to all heart, ears, everything, and we get more and more taste in the hearing. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। आपने जैसे बताया कि क्या अच्छे से बताया वैकुंठ का मतलब हम ये मटेरियल वर्ल्ड में कैसे वैकुंठ बना सकते हैं। तो डिवोटीज का साथ एक एसोसिएशन रह के भगवान का सेवा करना है और भगवान को ग्लोरीफाई करके हम वैकुंठ बना सकते हैं। वो वैकुंठ का डेफिनेशन हो गया और उसमें कोई एंजाइटी भी नहीं रहता है।
So nice lecture, Prabhu. Like I heard, actually, I want to share one point. Like in Bhagavatam, I was listening Dhruv Maharaj's pastimes, and there is one beautiful point I liked so much is only two things can give you ananda in any time. One is always doing mananam on the lotus feet of the Lord, and second thing is hearing the pastimes of the Lord only from the devotees. These are the two things only can give ananda. So this lecture is completely based on that. So I was very relating to that point. Thank you so much.
This association of pure devotees is the greatest benediction. That's a nice point. Hare Krishna.